Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Melba. You are on the channel that is from Latchkey to Legacy with Melba. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the main topics about what I speak about is Gen X subjects. But every now and then, if something hot on Facebook, I'll put something that's kind of like off base, some spiritual stuff on here as well. But today, usually the 98% of the channel is going to be about Gen X related. Again, I'm Melba. I'm a Gen Xer. I was born in 1972. For those that need to know, I'm Gen X. I am 53 years old. I was high school class of 1990. I am from the South. I'm country. You can hear it in my voice. That's who I am, and that's who it's going to be. So I'm here to speak my piece and my talk about my journey as being a Gen X, because I think a lot of the things that we go through, it needs to be talked about. With me being a Gemini, I like to talk about things that are going on in my life. It helps me. How can I say? It helps me get it out and release it to the world. And y'all should do the same. It really helps. You got to talk about things and get it off the chest. And who knows, it may be the same thing that somebody else is going through, and it'll show them the way to how to deal with the same solution, same problem. Since most of our Gen Xers, we did everything alone. We didn't ask for any help, and but we need to change that. We are in our 50s. It's time to change all of that. It's trying to basically start taking care of ourselves and on a emotional and mental level, because we didn't have that as children. We had to figure that out on our own. We kind of look like we're in constant survival mode, figuring it out on our own. And I don't, was it fair? Hell no, that shit wasn't fair. But it made us who we are today, right? All right, I'm gonna go and get into the subject. And again, the subject is from payphone to smartphone. We lived the biggest shift. We did. We went from the rotary phone where I could slam that motherfucker down and piss somebody off to these digital phones where I can't do that no more. Well, I can in a way, I can block. We got the block button now. Can't slam. We can't get that real analog sound effect that we really need. They need to bring those phones back like that, where we can do that. That was the best thing ever. Hey, the point got across. Okay, we are the only generation that lived fully before and after technology. Do I need to say it again? We are the only generation that lived fully before and after technology. Let that sink in. Um, my points today is going to be analog childhood memories, digital overwhelm today, why Gen X feels caught between worlds, finding balance now, and those will be my 4 points that I'm going to speak with tonight. So I'm going to go through it. Well, it's not night yet. It's getting there though, but it's not night yet today. But it's really nice. The sun is out today. Um, the key factors driving the caught between worlds feeling. Again, they call us the sandwich generation, Gen X. We carried the heaviest load, managing responsibilities for both aging parents and adults, children, leading the high stress levels. We are known as being the middle child syndrome, sandwiched between baby boomers and millenniums. Us Gen X often feel ignored by media and cultural conversations. And we do, because the news just skip over us sometimes and just completely forget. They go from uh, baby boomers to millenniums. I've seen it done so many times. I don't say nothing to say about it. Um, Again, baby boomers and millennium Gen X often feels ignored by media and cultural conversations, resulting in a self resilient whatever attitude, analog childhood to digital adulthood. As our last generation to experience a truly unplugged childhood, we possess a unique bilingualism, if that even a word, bilingualism. Bilingualism is a navigating both pre-digital life and modern technological technology-driven workplaces. Economic strain and middle class crisis, often hit with high cost of living, housing, and stagnant wages. Many feel that we're facing a midlife misery UN. We also grapple with the realization that may not achieve original career goals. The independent latchkey experience raised with little supervision, the generation developed high autonomy, independence, and ironic detachment to cope with societal changes. The XNO hybrid experience from 1976 to 1985. Those on the tail end of Gen X, sometimes called Zennials, possess a unique bilingual capability, having matured during the transition from analog to digital technology that allows them to navigate technology, natural, while retaining the cultural memory of non-digital life. Our coping mechanism, irony and autonomy. We were raised in a contradictory, y'all remember I'm country, environment. Gen X learned to use humor and detachment as self preservation, fostering to do it yourself, DIY attitude. Know all about that. Okay, the next subject. The digital, what was it? Digital overwhelm today. Okay. Gen X childhoods are defined by analog childhood, digital adulthood experience marked by rotary phones. Love the rotary phones again. Love the slamming down on people. Got them caught up in their emotions about it. Cassette tapes, Saturday morning cartoons on VHS, and playing outside until the streetlights came on. We experienced life before smartphones and internet dominance, transitioning from card catalog to digital technology. Key analog memories included technological rotary phone, cassette tapes, Atari, early cable TV, and manual school typewriters. Media, Saturday morning cartoons recorded on VHS and MTV and arcade gaming. Our lifestyle was independence, latchkey kids, riding BMX bikes and playing in the neighborhood until dark. Toys, Stretch, Armstrong, Transformers, and board games. Gen Xers, we often call we call a manual childhood that required imagination, followed by adapting to digital technology in young adults. Okay, the next subject, digital overwhelm today. As of this is back in April of 2026, Gen X is born from 1965 to 1980. I'm gonna be constantly saying this because I took on this subject of Gen X. It's constantly identified as the most stressed and digitally overwhelmed generation. The phenomenon is driven by unique sandwich position. We are the bridge between an analog childhood and a digital first professional life, with simultaneously managing the needs of both aging parents and digital native children. Okay, next point, the key driven of digital being overwhelmed, workplace evolution. at 2020 in 2023, Microsoft Word Trend Index revealed 61% of Gen X managers feel overwhelmed by constant technological updates and digital transformation initiatives. Do y'all feel that way if y'all work um, in the corporate world about the Microsoft Works of 2023? Are y'all tired of the updates, the constant changes? I know I am. The sandwich trap. Over half, 54% of Gen X workers are supporting children and aging parents while maintaining careers. We are often digital natives uh, for our analog parents, but feel behind compared to the younger colleagues. The highest burnout rate, recent data of 2024 shows that 42% of Gen X workers feel chronologically overwhelmed. Do you feel overwhelmed? I know I feel overwhelmed. The reason I don't want to work for anyone but myself. If I'm going to be overwhelmed, it's going to be me figuring out problem solving for my damn self. At work, the highest level among all generations. We're stressed the fuck out, y'all. Stress the fuck out. In the corporate world, you're stressed the fuck out. Okay. Got to find another way. Get out of that shit. It's going to take you to an early grave, Gen Xers. Decision fatigue. Unlike younger generation who navigate digital choices, intuitive 45% of Gen X report feeling overwhelmed by endless options presented by online platforms and marketplaces. Despite these pressures, Gen X is noted for its having successful adapted to more technological shifts than any other generation. Are you looking for specific strategies to manage workplace digital fatigue? Or are you interested in how the impacts retired planning? Next topic. Why Gen X feels caught between worlds. Why do we feel caught between worlds? Do you feel caught between two worlds? I know I do. Well, I used to, not anymore. Gen X born, again, 1965 to 1980, feels caught between worlds due to our position as the middle child generation, sandwiched between baby boomers and the millenniums, and they often leave us out. Any news, Gen X is nowhere. Where do we go? Why didn't they mention us? I guess that's normal. Do we give a fuck? No, we don't. We don't care. Okay, they straddle the analog to digital divide, having matured without technology, but we adapted to it later. We face intense sandwich generation stress, caring for aging parents, while supporting children, all while enduring financial pressures. Here is why Gen X feels caught between worlds: the analog digital split. Us Gen Xers, particularly ex-Ninos, I don't know why they call them that, but has a high plasticity analog childhood and digital adulthood. This created a bilingual experience where the number of being truly unreachable, but now managed constant connectivity. The sandwich street squeeze generation, that's Gen X. We are uniquely burdened with caring for both aging parents, often boomers, and their own children, often millenniums and Gen X, adding immense pressure to our midlife. Not only are you going through menopause, you're still trying to take care of your parents and your millennium and Z children. That's a lot. Um, and then you're still trying to get your money up. You got workplace problems. You're dealing with your parents, children, work. Do you even got a relationship anymore? How many of y'all married these days? Are most of us divorced or are free? Like me, I'm widowed. So how many of y'all out there widowed? Put it in the comments. And please, let's take a break here. Please hit the like button and share this with other Gen Xers. Appreciate you. Thank you in advance. Um, the forgotten middle child, sandwiched between two large vocal generations, the boomers and the millenniums. Gen X often feels overlooked in media, politics, and culture. leading to a cynical whatever attitude. Next point is called economic strain and life cycles. Many experience the economic strain of lagging wages, high housing costs, and financial disruption from the 2008 recession. We are often caught in a midlife crisis mode, struggling with career, finances, and looking after two other generations. Cultural whatever, raised during high divorce. I think I've seen more divorces in my childhood than any generation. I don't know about y'all, but the whole neighborhood, everybody was switching partners, which baby boomer were known for that. Their high marriage and divorce rate. Uh, that was not healthy, but that's what we lived. That's the reality, and that's what we were dealing with. Let me move forward. The high divorce rates as latchkey kids, Gen X grew up with high independence. This shaped us into self sufficiency, non-conformist survivor who preferred ignoring drama rather than engaging in the intense cultural battles of older or younger generations. Just gonna shake my head on that because I agree with it. Gen X is characterized by dual existence, having the toughness of the pre digital era, yet the skills to navigate the modern, chaotic world. Y'all, I'm almost done here. Yay. Finding a balance now. This is the last thing that I got on my list. Generation X occupies a unique culture space as the bridge generation and the last cohort to experience. As analog childhood, followed by a digital adulthood of the dual world fluency allowed Gen Xers, us, to find a distant balance by blending old school grit and self reliance with modern tech adaptability. How Gen X bridged the divide, adaptability as a superpower, having to navigate it in the seismic shift from rotary phones and VHS tapes to smartphones and cloud computing. Us Gen Xers are often the pragmatic translators in the workplace. We can mediate between the idealism of younger generation and the traditional based views of the older ones. Okay, what is pragmatic digital use? Let me get a drink of water. Pragmatic digital use, unlike digital natives, Gen X often views technology as a tool rather than an identity. We value digital convenience for efficiency, like banking or shopping, but still prioritize personal analog service for complex or high stakes issues. Refining success for many Gen Xers, balance means moving away from hustle culture towards sustainability. Um, we're early pioneers of modern work life balance movement, focusing more on material well being and life experiences over career status. Core traits aiding balance, independence, often called the latchkey generation. We grew up with minimal adult supervision, fostering a self reliance, figured it out attitude that serves us well in rapidly changing tech landscapes. And you know, it is so bold for them to say we had minimal adult supervision. It sounds like someone needs to go to fucking jail, doesn't it? Minimum adult supervision. Healthy skepticism. Growing up during, y'all almost done. Political and economic shift was made from natural pragmatic, helping us discern authentic value in a sea of digital noise. Resilience. My last point, y'all. Their experience managed multiple global transitions, has built a level headedness that allows us to stay calm during technical disruption and organizational shifts. Would you like to explore specific wellness habits or workplace strategies that help Gen X maintain this analog digital balance? With y'all, if you do, I would suggest you go and purchase some books on Amazon to help you out with that. But this is the end of this point, the points that I was making about then versus now, the payphone versus the smartphone. But yeah, we grew up in a time where we went from the analog to the digital. I'm thinking that analog stopped around, if y'all can correct me, but I'm thinking it was around about 2001 or 2, because I remember my husband had a bag phone and they said they were going to stop uh, being able to AT&T was going to stop being able to provide him with, they were always going to go away. And I know I was living in a certain house during that time. We were living in yeah, I think that was either 2000, it was in 2000, early 2000s. It had to be. I'm gonna say about 2001 or 2002. They stopped completely, took the analog, and I really like. To me, I think analog is more crispier and it's better as far as the voice. There's nothing like having music coming from the analog, the albums that we used to have back in the day. I really hate that they got rid of completely got rid of analog, but we had to advance with the technology, the times. So I remember going from, the VHS tapes. We knew something was going on at Walmart's when they started selling VHS tapes for like 99 cents, and everything was going over to the DVD tapes. And the early 2000s was a time for that. So basically, I'm gonna say this: if you wasn't born to enjoy the 70s, 80s, and 90s, analog, you're missing out on some of the best times, the best even the music was better. Even this music sucks these days because it's been taken away from the analog sound effects. We had Michael Jackson, we had Prince, we had all the R&B uh, men's group, women's group. The reason why they sound so good because it was analog, not this digital mess they got going on. And nobody compares to that. That real, even the vinyl records sound better than what's going on with the digital. That's my opinion. I done said it. That's what I believe. And that's all. It is what it is. Yeah, let me give me some water. But yeah, in the comments, tell me if you're a Gen X, do you miss analog? Do you miss the rotary phones? Do you miss the pay phones? I miss that hell. I still see them out every now and then, but they're not working because they took them all analog. They were part of the analog world. It's like, and it tells you how we're shifting we're in different timelines with technology. Myself personally opinion on a spiritual level, this stuff is just being re-entered back into our lives, because it's all, nothing's new on the sun. It's already been here. But I like the analog sound. It sounds more authentic, more realistic. There's nothing better than a good old you know a good old analog sound. That's when people was able to get, like, allegedly J Lo and her microphone was not this digital shit. That's not even her voice. I'm just saying, allegedly. That's when people started being able to use microphones. They spent $150,000 for a microphone to make their voice sound like they could actually sing. That's all digital stuff. Before 2002, was it 2002, 2003? They weren't able to do that type of stuff because the technology was all analog. You had to be authentically who you are. That's why Gen X, that's why you can't get over on us. We know if somebody's full of shit and they're bullshitting us because that's where we come from. The real deal Holyfield. And that's it. That's all. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this video, and y'all please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share with other Gen Xers. Uh, Again, this is a series. This channel is going to be 98% about Gen X related topics, maybe 2%, maybe about some spiritual stuff that maybe something happened on Facebook, and decided to put it over here. But most of the time, it's going to be about Gen X related topics. Anyway, everybody love each other. Everybody give each other a hug when y'all see each other because y'all gonna need it. We spent most of our life independent and on our own trying to figure shit out. It's time to start being emotionally available and letting the world know how we truly feel. Um, it's time to start taking care of ourselves. Again, treat everybody the way you want to be treated in the world, and y'all send out love, and let's build this universe up and get it back to love, and people start taking care of one another. Anyway, much love and peace all into the next video.